Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Here we is. Here we are again. Yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome again to another edition of the RnRGzrs Show. I'm your host Murph, and of course, joining me on this fabulous journey is my co-host Doc Vox. How you doing there, Doc?
Doing quite well, sir. Greetings, rock and roll fans, and thanks for joining us, kicking off our second year here.
Mm-hmm.
Just had our bonus episode for the upcoming concert season. If you haven't, checked that out. And back to giving you the news. Never stops. Got lots and lots of news this week. So
Yeah, awful lot, and some sad news to start out with.
yeah,
We had a really bad storm front come through Illinois. What was it?
Friday night.
Friday night.
Yeah.
And it came through. We're just north of us in Belvidere, Illinois, at the Apollo Theater. Morbid Angel was playing there with three other bands, and the doggone roof collapsed and killed one concert goer.
Yeah.
What a tragedy! Yeah, and they were between bands. None of the bands were injured, but there was one person killed and dozens injured. And if you see pictures of the theater, you can pretty much tell from the top of from the roof that it's one of them old theaters that we're so familiar with. If you remember, you and me, we saw Iggy and the Stooges at I believe it was a Riviera in Chicago,
yeah.
And it was just claustrophobic and horrible as hell. Built like these were all built back in that early 1900s, I imagine.
Well, this place, the Apollo Theater in Belvidere, opened in 1921. So a little over 100 years. This place has been around, and the capacity is about 1,500. They had like 260 attended the show, but where the roof collapsed was right there where everybody's kind of congregated, right in front of the stage. It wasn't like back in the back seats or whatever. I don't know how it's configured.
Right.
But, it was right there where everybody was at, like at the worst possible spot, man. So, just a horrible tragedy.
And it was between bands, so there were some people out smoking, but for the most part,
right.
If you wanted to be at the front of the stage,
they were coming in really quickly because the storm was brewing. It was coming, so folks were coming in. As the roof was kind of collapsing, really. Right before then.
Just crazy. What a shame. And there were four bands playing there, and one of the bands, their RV got Crypta was the name. It was Crypta, Skeletal Remains, Revocation, and Morbid Angel. And Crypta, their RV got wiped out. So that's something.
Yeah, it was right between the first. They were first, and it was right after their set before Skeletal Remains is when the storm hit. So.
Yeah,
man, it's just a horrible thing. It was between sets there, so crap, let me lose my spot here. They paused all activities for 30 minutes just because the storm was coming. So they kind of give everybody, I don't know why they paused activities like that. It kind of seems odd, but anyway. Didn't help any. I mean, the storm came and crushed the roof in. So, one died. Frederick Forrest Livingston Jr. Unfortunately lost a brother in metal, man. So,
it's
always these metal shows.
His son was with him. His elder son was with him.
Yeah,
and
Alex,
couldn't save him. Couldn't save him. Oh, jeez, that's horrifying.
Yeah, it's always these metal shows. These things happen at the Great White Show, and
seems to be
where the place got shot up in France. Was it Eagles of Death Metal? It's always metal shows. It seems like, man.
That's sad. Man. Yeah, gee, many creepers.
But they were to have a show the following night in at the Forge in Joliet. Which we got to get down to. So that was postponed to the 6th, obviously. So,
boy, oh boy. What a shame! What a doggone shame! Yeah, and and not a really big crowd. I mean, I don't know how these poor bands are making money. God bless. They must love their craft.
Too. Yeah.
They must love their craft so much.
I thought that too.
There's
Crowd
4 bands, 260 people. Jeez, God bless them, man. They really must love what they're doing because they ain't making bank. That's for damn sure. But and then stuff like this happens. But God bless him. I'm not into that type of metal, but march on, boys, march on, man. Just keep
And the thing
rolling.
too, just losing the venue like that, that was like a place that been around for 100 years. So I mean,
Yeah,
people have come to been part of the community. It's been and kind of losing
oh
that
boy,
too. So yeah, just crazy
yeah.
all the way around.
Old theater, like I say, man, the Riviera, man, that was making me claustrophobic as heck. So boy,
Yeah, I've been a couple of joints like that. You're kind of like, yeah, don't play too loud, boys. You
oh
never
yeah,
know.
yeah, incredible. So what a shame. Where was her picture? There's her picture right there. Morbid Angel. Yeah, yeah. Okay, jeez. Okay, so there's a festival coming up, Doc, Power Trip Festival. You're thinking, oh yeah, this is great. Got some great names. You got your AC/DC, you got your Metallica, your Iron Maiden, and your Ozzy Osbourne. You're thinking to yourself, wait a minute, what? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, apparently Sharon has dragged his old carcass up and said, Ozzy, you got to do this show. So apparently Ozzy is going to be doing this power trip festival with all these other great bands. Like I say, AC/DC, Metallica, Iron Maiden, Ozzy, and Tool. And I don't
Guns
get,
N' Roses, yeah.
I can't wait to see that footage. I really, because it's bound to be a train wreck. I don't know how he can come out and put on it's just been going downhill every time we see him. It's worse and worse.
I
The last time he was held up by a back brace when he came through the stage,
right.
Boy,
I
wow.
hope I eat my words, but if I were a betting man, I'd bet he's not making this show, dude. I think they're just I don't know, man. I don't know why they're trying to set these lofty goals for him and just insisting on getting him back out there. I get it, Ozzy. We all get it. You're a road warrior. You're rock and roll. We get it. But man,
Jeez.
everybody wants you to take it easy.
Yeah, at
There's
this point.
yeah, and for some reason Sharon's insisting on, well, that's our speculation, but I think that's
Oh yeah, it's pretty well known at
pretty
this point, I'm
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I mean, and his voice is so gone that he's had to detune everything. The last time I saw him, it was like generals gathered in their masses. It was so low,
Right.
and he was still having trouble hitting the notes. So just retire. You're
You got
legendary.
the schedule. Which night he's on with Guns N' Roses, right?
Let me see here. Where is
I
that?
think so.
Good schedule here. I don't
Or
know.
no, he's on with AC/DC. Excuse me. Yeah, he's on with AC/DC.
So
So
what?
yeah,
ACDC's gonna.
It's Guns N' Roses with Iron Maiden,
Okay,
and then
good.
AC/DC and Ozzy, and then the
Ugh.
final night is Metallica and Tool. So
I think, well,
yeah,
Ozzy, give me a break. So it almost sounds like he's going to be headlining tonight over ACDC. Oh,
I don't know which way they're gonna go with that. I just think which two bands are playing which night. I mean, you can pretty much speculate Metallica is gonna headline over Tool.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
other than that, I don't know. Kind of up for grabs, really.
What a train wreck. What a, jeez. Okay.
The packages are going for $600. That's the minimum for the 3 nights. It's at the old, well, not old, but where they have Coachella. It's on the same grounds as the Coachella. Yeah,
All right.
Brian. I guess it's going to be the return of Brian Johnson. By all accounts, I guess he's back in
Again,
the fold,
we'll
and
see how he won't be able to hit shit for
you
notes.
know. So I
Wow.
mean, last we knew, Axl Rose was the vocalist of AC/DC. I can't imagine he's going to pull double duty at this festival. So
Wow.
I think Brian Johnson's back in it. This is it's in October 6th, 7th, and 8th. So it'd be a
Boy,
hell of a
boy.
time, I'm sure.
Yeah, but yeah.
Especially if
We'll
it
see.
happened 30 years ago. But
Yeah, yeah.
nonetheless,
This is it's really beginning odd. All these rockers getting so old and just not giving it up. I mean, Brian Johnson, he ain't going to be able to sing worth a squat. Yeah, I've seen
no,
performances where he just, back in black, he ain't going to be able to sing that anymore. But he'll try.
yeah,
Everything's a train wreck anymore, Doc. It's
yeah.
just horrible. I saw
Yeah, it's
the
kind of a
original
money
singer,
grab too. I mean,
the original singer for Foreigner. What's his name? Lou
Lou
Graham.
Graham, yeah.
Yeah, he was he put out an article complaining about it. What the hell? There's not even anybody original in Foreigner anymore. And it's like, well, yeah, now you're complaining. But I thought that was sort of funny since we'll be
Yeah,
seeing the cover band this summer.
yeah.
And he finally said something. She's like, about time, Lou, these
Well,
guys are,
he shouldn't have let Mick have the rights to the name then,
yeah, yeah.
pretty much. I mean,
Yeah, that's what happens. Gee, many creepers. Oh, here's something cool. I thought this was pretty cool. The Country Music Awards. They had a tribute there for Leonard Skinner and also to the passing of Gary Rossington. And that probably the highlight of the damn night. I checked out you sent me the performance, and they did a couple of Leonard Skinner songs. You had Slash and Billy Gibbons, and Cody Johnson, and backup singers were oh gosh, Leanne Rines and one of the yeah, I can't. Winona. Okay, thank you. Yeah, yeah. As
Winona
the
Judd.
Honkettes. So it was a really good performance, and yeah, the Honkettes just they made their song so great. They were such a great band.
Yeah, also joined guitar wise. Yeah, you had Slash, Billy Gibbons, and Warren Haynes, who we're going to see
Oh,
coming up
right,
with
Government
Government Mule.
Mule.
So
Mhm.
yeah, so they kind of traded off leads on Sweet Home Alabama and that kind of thing, but also on vocals, Paul Rogers.
Yes, I saw
Paul
that. Yes.
Rogers. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
He did really well on Simple Man, but Sweet Home Alabama, he didn't seem real familiar with the lyrics. You could kind of tell.
Well, you can see him looking down constantly at the
But
what do you call it? Where all the lyrics
the
are, looking
teleprompter, yeah.
teleprompter down at the lyrics. So yeah, but
But yeah, this
everybody
was
should
the country music television. It was CMT, so it wasn't the
Country Music
proper
Awards.
country music
Okay.
awards. Yeah, the CMT. So kind of like I guess MTV, kind of the country version of that. But at least I thought C was country CMT. Now apparently it's crossover music television because, dude, I'm watching some of these highlights. I didn't get a chance to watch the ceremony last night, but they got the Black Crows are on there. They're doing "She Talks to Angels" with Darius Rucker, Hootie and the Blowfish. So I was like, okay. And then you got Gwen Stefani doing "I'm Just a Girl."
What the hell is this?
Yeah, it was some other young country starlet. I don't know who she was. And they're doing "I'm Just a Girl," Gwen Stefani. You had Gary Clark Jr. come out and did some Stevie Ray Vaughan. And I'm like, okay. And then the one surprised me most, Alanis Morissette comes out with "You Ought to Know." It started off, they had oh gosh, I don't know.
Boo! Boo! God.
They had about 4 or 5 young country, these young up and coming young country girls. I don't know.
Yeah.
And they started doing "You Ought to Know," and then here comes Alanis, and the place just went up for grabs and stuff.
So stop calling it country music.
Country musical. That's like the least country song. I mean, other if you want to get into punk or metal or something. But as far as pop goes, I mean, oh my god!
Well,
I'm still watching. I was confused. I'm like, I thought this was country, and it was.
Well,
and then even
apparently,
Winona did a performance, and it was the old Foreigner song, "I Want to Know What Love Is." So
well, no country at all. No country at all.
Yeah.
Gosh, and apparently one performer brought out some cross dressers for her from RuPaul's show for some performance. So yeah, country. Like I was saying, country music's way dead, way dead.
Yeah,
there's a few purists.
They had a guy on there, and I've heard of this guy, and I didn't think he was associated with country. Named Jelly Roll.
Right.
Remember this guy? Big guy.
Big guy, tattoos on his face. Yeah.
And I was kind of impressed with him. That was pretty good, but it wasn't country. But I don't know.
Yeah. It's died. We're having a genre die right before our eyes, and
plus it's just kind of these. Yeah, well, you get these old time rock guys, like I said, Paul Rogers popping up on there, and Black Crows and people like that, and like I said, Darius Rucker from Hootie and the Blowfish kind of converted, I guess, years back or whatever.
Don't they have any original country people that they can showcase?
Well, they do. I mean, there's some decent country artists, but I think my point. Is it a way of restoking your career, kind of getting a second chance at your career? Is like, I'm failing in the pop world. I'm kind of irrelevant there anymore. But country, I know the formula for writing the songs there. I can go there and be popular, and
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't
I
know.
want to see Willie roll out from the side, straddling a big freaking joint, coming
Right.
across the stage like it's a horse. Yeehaw! Big freaking doobie across the stage with Willie. Okay, now I'm impressed. Okay, yeah, now we're talking country because nobody smokes more than Willie. So
No,
yeah.
for sure.
Jeez. So what a train wreck, but the
But
performance,
yeah, they
that
had the
particular performance was good. So
yeah, the Leonard Skinner thing was pretty cool. So
yeah, good for them, man. Leonard Skinner, man, that music will be forever. Jesus, so very cool. Speaking of Leonard Skinner, this crotchety old suck. I saw him on I saw him on some Leonard Skinner autobiographies. They'd interviewed him. He was
right,
just a crusty old f. I'll tell you
yeah,
what. Bob Burns, the original Leonard Skinner guitarist who died of a drummer who died of a car accident back in 2015, but he was a crusty son of a gun, man. Boy, you see him on the interviews. Yeah, he's pretty interesting because it really just you want to party with him just to throw back cuts, because he's just so gnarly, just so pissed. I seemed like he was really pissed off. But hey, his family is his estate. They're they're selling his share of the Leonard Skinner music to Primary Wave Music. So another estate or artist selling their rights to their music, and they might as well he might as well at this point. I don't know. I couldn't find a monetary amount of what they're getting for it.
Yeah, they rarely disclose how much it is. Sometimes if it's
well, if it's real big, yeah, they can't help it, like Springsteen or whoever.
Yeah, but they rarely disclose those. But yeah, Bob Burns was one of the original three guys. He and Ronnie Van Zant and Gary Rosington played softball, and decided to get a band together. You know that story. But yeah, he was just on the first two albums, which those are the ones.
Those are the ones, yeah.
That's where all the great songs were on. So
absolutely.
So yeah, his estate decided to sell his share of it, and I'm sure they'll cash in. We've talked about that a lot.
Yeah.
We talked about it.
Well, just the 4 songs off of them: "A Free Bird," "Give Me 3 Steps," "Simple Man," and "Sweet Home Alabama." Them ought to bring him some righteous bucks.
Yeah,
just them 4 songs right there, man. Jeez, great song. So God bless them, man. They're a great band. All gone now with the passing of Gary Rossington. So
yeah, we'll be seeing what's left of them coming up this summer. But
there's nothing left, man. Yeah, and it's funny because they got the guitarist, the tall guy with the white hair, real long white hair guitarist.
Ricky Medlock.
Yeah,
is that what you're thinking of?
He looked so annoyed at that CMT Awards show. They were sitting in the front row, him and the singer, and they panned to him when they were doing that song. And he just looked so pissed off. I was like, oh, there's another party guy. Yeah, I bet you're fun to work with. Speaking of fun to work, our favorite buddy right here. There he is, Robert Smith. He's the best.
He is the best. He really is, man.
Man,
he's superhuman, man.
Yeah, knocked out Barbara Streisand, and he's just taking on Ticketmaster and the scalpers. A quick repeat of what's going on. They made it through Ticketmaster where if you buy a ticket, if you buy a ticket to the concert, you cannot sell it off to somebody, and that sort of goes it goes after the scalpers. And I'll be darned if somehow 7,000 seats were found on secondary sites.
Yeah, I think there's like some states you're not allowed to do it that way. I think or something. Just how their laws are. So Robert Smith, man, this dude is like a dog with a bone, man. He's a man on a mission, man. This guy's unbelievable. So he went on these secondary sites and found 7,000 tickets. And canceled them all. So now no refunds. You're eating the cost of those, and they're reselling the tickets to real fans. That is unbelievably cool. That just blows my mind. It just
That is the best thing ever. That is so funny. That'll teach you.
And the money's going to charity. He's
Charity.
taking the money that the
Amnesty
scalpers paid for. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're giving the money to Amnesty International. So yeah, good for him, man. That's hero stuff there. That's hero level. We need more of the bigger stars to start doing stuff like this
exactly
to push
where I was
back.
going,
Here he is. Yeah. They've had their day, and they're not that big, but he's making a big statement.
I mean, sure, it's Robert Smith. He's got superpowers, and
true that. He truly does.
But I'm sure other artists could do the same if they wanted to. Springsteen could do the same if you wanted to.
Yeah, come on, McCartney, pull some weight. You guys got some weight, you billionaires. You freaking billionaires.
Like I said, though, he's definitely a man on a mission. I mean, think of the time he's putting into this. You know, and he's personally getting involved. I mean, he's hands-on, totally hands-on with this whole thing. So, God bless him, man.
That picture's the best. I love South Park. God. Oh, good for him, though. Yeah. Way to push back around.
Oh, yeah. Great story, man.
Come on. Where's all the rest of them, though? All these other ass clowns. They need to step up to the plate, for God's sakes.
Robert Smith's making y'all look bad, guys. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of being made to look bad. Hi, Ace. Hi, Ace Frehley. Oh, boy, Ace. Right. Oh, geez almighty. I don't know. Wow. Okay, let's back up a little bit. Kiss. They won their Grammy or whatever, and of course, they were gonna. Let me see. Blah blah blah. Did they play with them at the Rock? They didn't play with them, but they were there.
No, they went to Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The four of them, the four original guys who was inducted, and the Hall wanted the original four guys to play. And Paul was always steadfast that, it would just sound like crap, and no, we're not gonna. It would be an insult to the current lineup, that kind of thing and everything. So now that same thing's coming up again with Kiss finishing up their touring.
Well, hang on. Paul had the quote about why they wouldn't play in there. Because if you saw people on stage who looked like Kiss but sounded like that, maybe we should be called Piss.
Yes, that's where I was going. Yeah. So now Ace is kind of like he's insisting, and you're gonna have to read. There's a whole article on there where he's on Eddie Trunk, and it came up with Eddie Trunk, and Ace is basically saying, they pretty much begged him to come on stage and everything, and he's like, well, if I'm going in the space makeup, and there can't be two of us there with the space makeup, so. Tommy's going to have to go. And they're like, well, no, he's in the band. He can't go. So it was kind of push and pull there. And so they won't be any part of it. And Ace, he's always just belly aching on. He even goes back to when they had the reunion in the late 90s, and how important he was to the band. He was paid more than Peter and blah, blah, blah. So at any rate, so now he's upset with the Piss remark. They would be called Piss instead of Kiss. So he's put out an ultimatum, and apparently he has dirt on Paul and Gene that he's going to release if he doesn't get an apology in 7 days. And that ultimatum was put out, about 4 or 5 days ago? So the countdown's on.
Something like that, yeah.
A couple of days here. We'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, it's it's amazing. He says, I mean, in Paul's book, he even threw Gene under the bus. What I try to do was having fun, entertaining book with entertaining stories, and this is the way I am. I am not the kind of guy who kisses and tells. When it comes to negativity and all we've done things we regret over the years, it's there. I have a 120-page manuscript that I wrote after I finished my book. My attorney has it in a safety deposit box. God forbid anything happens to me. My attorney is instructed to release it to the New York Times, Rolling Stones, AP, blah, blah, everybody. So they can't intimidate me with trying to hurt me or say, you'd better not say anything about me live on the radio, because then they're totally screwed. Their careers will be ruined. Like, what the hell?
They're 70-something years old. Their careers are old. It's not like they're up and
his
coming.
His career's ruined. He's probably worth $500 million at this point, Gene. Yeah. Paul worth probably $250 million. So, yeah, their careers are ruined. Gosh, I bet it's some good.
And what could it be? What could it be that would be so big
Well, they've had to pay off
You
a
know,
bunch of gals. I guess Gene had to pay off a bunch of girls and stuff like
that's
that.
rock and roll. Nobody's gonna freak out about that.
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
other than Paul coming out of the closet, I guess would be, I don't know. But that, I don't know.
That would be fabulous. Yeah, yeah. But geez, you know what a train wreck. What a train wreck. And of course, Ace is putting out his own album. Man, wow, that's just me. He's gonna finish recording his new album in another week, and I mean the music world, I'm sure, is on pins and needles.
Yes, waiting with bated breath, as they say. Yes.
Breath, if you will. Yeah,
Whatever the hell that means. Yeah.
Well, you know, he's working on his new LP with Trickster's Steve Brown from Trickster,
Oh, okay.
and this one interests me. Pepe Castro of the Blues Magoos. The Blues Magoos. They had a hit back in the 60s.
Absolutely.
We ain't got nothing yet.
I got the Blues Magoos back there.
Do you really?
Absolutely.
That's a great song.
Absolutely.
But the guy's got to be 80 years old
Great,
by now. So
60s garage rock, yeah.
He's got to be 80 years old now. He says, you know, Paul Ace grew up with him in the Bronx. He inspired me to become a rock star. So he's putting Pepe, you know, on his new album. So
Pepe's got nothing else going on, you know.
Hey, yeah. That's a great song, though. Probably late 60s.
But, we'll, you know, he's got the album coming out, so we'll see if he comes through on his threat, and see if Paul apologizes. And
oh, jeez, what a train wreck!
You know, they'll smooth it over. I'm sure.
You know, Ace is, you know, he screwed up. He just knows, you know, he screwed up royal. That's all. You know, God damn, I should still be in the band if I'd have kept my act together. Yep. He screwed up, and he's just never been able to get over it. It just appears to me at this point. Just never got over it.
I know, dude. He's been out of the band for 40 years now and still talking about it.
Still talking about it.
And he's got a career. I mean, he's got a solo. I mean, just not a great one, you know, but he's still got a solo career. I mean, dude, just pay attention to that, man.
He's the poorest original Kiss member. We know that.
By far.
By way far, by 400 times.
Yeah.
He's bitter.
Everything he's got, yeah.
He's bitter, yeah. Okay, well, anyway. Oh, this is a great story. I love this. Let me put him up here. There he is. There's Owen Wilson. From that Night at the Museum movie. Yeah, this is the bizarrest thing. The band, the Rolling Stones, they gave Owen Wilson a lifetime backstage pass. The Rolling Stones gave this cat a lifetime backstage pass. How cool is that?
But how you know, how many did these give out? You know, how easy
I know.
is it to get one, you know?
Do they just love him because of his, you know, his acting or what?
Yeah, the Wedding Crashers or whatever, you know, just, I don't know.
It's funny though. He apparently he had gone to see the Stones in Argentina, and through personal connections, he found himself invited backstage. And but as he revealed in a recent episode of the Late Late Show with Corden, it didn't take long for things to go wrong. Oh, geez, what a shame. Apparently, you know, they got the laminates, kind of all access, and they were good for the rest of your life. And quite naturally, he wanted to see exactly what all access meant. So he says, I'm going to walk over here and see if anybody stops me, he thought to himself. And no one would stop me any place. And I ended up right at this place where I could look over and see Mick Jagger on the stage, right there. That's when the problems arose. All of a sudden, he bolts during jumping jack flash and comes running down. It turns out where I was part of the stage a little bit. Wilson froze and tried to be inconspicuous, but that was nearly impossible since he was dressed in white. And then someone came running over shouting, "Get out of here! Move! You're not supposed to be here!" So apparently all it took was that one incident, and his lifetime backstage pass, boom, gone, baby.
Yeah, he got back to the hotel room, and the Stone security called him up. We're gonna need that laminate back. But you know what? Wow. This just shows he's entitled, you know, self-important, you know, celebrities. Dude, if you get all stage, you know, I don't think that's gonna get me on. I don't think I'm gonna go and push it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see how far I can go. Let's see if I can get up to the mic with Mick. You know, how far was he gonna go? You know, just, dude, I don't know.
Yep. Yeah, well, Stars with money. You know, they make their
That's
own
cool that
rules.
they just revoked it. They said, "Well, we thought you were cool, dude. That wasn't cool."
Sorry,
Yeah, yeah.
you got in mixed way. You can't do that. Can't get in mixed
I bet it
way.
was Keith. I bet Keith said, "No, no." He's the
Ah,
one who he
yeah,
wouldn't.
that.
Yeah, he wouldn't go for that sort of thing.
Oh, what the fuck is this wanker? What you? What do they call him? A sod. He's nothing but a sod. Get him off the stage. You get that sod off the stage. Oh, okay. Wait a now. This is disturbing as shit here. Okay. There's there's this Australian band named Private Function, and they're putting out the world's first, piss-filled record, 50 copies. Okay, let's dig deeper into this. Is horrifying. They're just doing this obviously for their 15 minutes of fame. They're a punk outfit, and ahead of the release of their upcoming album, which I'm not even going to bother trying to. Oh, okay. It says it's "Hello,
yes.
Asshole." Okay.
Yeah, yes.
Out March 31st via their own. Still, the band took to Instagram to reveal that the 50 people who ordered the gold version of our new record will be receiving a liquid disc full of our piss. What the hell is that? What kind of, really? This world's going to hell in a handbasket, man. So, wow.
Yeah, here's what they sent out to the folks. Splish splash, I was taking a piss. Congratulations to the 50 people who ordered the gold version of our new record. You just bought a liquid disc full of our piss. We worked with local legend Salty Dog Records to build the world's first piss-filled record. It turns out it's really hard. Because of the annoying amount of experimentation needed to make this record work, we don't have a physical copy yet, but here's a video outlining the creation of it.
Yeah.
Please don't use our DNA to commit crimes.
What's the video of them taking a piss in a urinal or what?
Yeah, that's basically they were walking up with their vials and pouring it in.
Oh, good grief.
So yeah, this is all highly experimental. This is just, obviously just, they're trying different things with vinyl, but this is, you know what? This sounds like something, if G.G. Allen were still around, I bet this sounds like something he would do.
Yeah.
But,
Gigi would go farther than that, but
yeah.
On that same
you
vein.
gotta start small. It's all experimental,
Well, the Private Function, never heard of him, and their bodily functions are now a part of the news. So, well done. That's probably what
I don't know if I would want one. They're selling 50 copies, and it's all
they're sold out,
experimental,
man.
and it's described as a liquid piss-filled record, which I can't even. So to me, I'd be concerned it would leak. I'd be concerned about leakage. And now you got this band's whiz all over the rest of your records, man.
Oh, that's horrible, man.
I don't think I'm gonna go for the experience. I don't know.
No.
Would you do it for an artist that you like? Would you get like a Springsteen whiz-filled record? Would you get a?
That's horrible.
Ozzy, Ozzy'd be perfect for this, man.
Pissing all over the place, Sharon. Well, I know Sharon had to put a urinal in his bathroom because he got pissing all over everything. So he couldn't hit the spot. So she actually put a urinal in his bath. So because he's so gone he can't even find a damn spot. So. Well, good for them, boy. That's really
maybe they'll experiment and they'll, come up with some technology that we actually use later down the road. So I don't know.
Okay, well, this is very bizarre item here. A new documentary explores the everlasting legacy of Yellow's "Oh Yeah." Yellow. Yeah. We just talking about Yellow. Lust, desire, and excess is. We got a filmmaker launching a Kickstarter to try and finish his product about the 80s tune that became a cultural landmark in Ferris Bueller, and I remember it well in Secret of My Success with Michael J. Fox. It was heavily used in that. They're doing a thing on just a song. I don't get it, man. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, that song.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of odd they're doing a documentary on a song, but just kind of how it's kind of taken on a life of its own. And it's a Swiss electronic duo, Yellow, they call themselves. And apparently they have quite a cult following even outside of this song. They kind of have their own kind of thing going. But as far as mainstream and pop culture, this everybody knows it. I mean,
Oh
I
yeah.
used to use it a lot when I was back DJing. Remember when it came out, and I would
Oh yeah.
kind of use that. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah, they're kind of they're kind of stalled right now. So they're trying to raise 15 more grand in Kickstarter to finish the project. So
wow, for a song, I don't know. I wouldn't give it for a song. If it was a good band, maybe, but just a song, that we
I
know
can't
on
imagine.
2 movies. Yeah, what the hell, people?
Yeah,
You're
I've seen
freaking
that.
mind. You crazy
The only other time I can
people.
remember seeing a documentary on a song was there was a documentary on American Pie, the Don McLean classic. So, which
Ah,
that you can talk about that. You can make a documentary on that. I mean, there's so much there. But this song, I don't know. But
yeah,
nonetheless,
yeah. Somebody, who knows anymore. Floyd Fest. Hey, Floyd Fest 2023. Had no idea it even existed, but it's an influential Virginia festival. And it was, gonna start up on some new concert grounds this year, but bam, everything comes roaring to a stop. And of course, it's the usual suspect has to do with logistics and oh boy.
getting permits.
Is it permits?
Yeah.
Permitting and logistics. Jesus. And they were going to have a nice, Black Crows and My Morning Jacket. And, apparently,
Yeah,
it's a big
Black
deal.
Crowes, My Morning Jacket, Sheryl Crow,
Oh,
L. King, Leftover Salmon. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Shooter
delish.
Jennings. So,
You ever put fish in the microwave at work, Doc? I was at work once, and it was a temp worker who soiled our atmosphere, and it was horrifying, man. It was a temp too.
Yeah.
Come in, hop in the microwave with his old fish, and oh my, damn you, temp worker, damn you.
Yep.
You've soiled our spots. So yeah, I've been there, done that. But good luck with the Floyd Fest. Jeez, people
So
want to
it's
get.
kind of hanging in limbo for now. I guess they're looking for another spot or trying to figure out if they're gonna
I
have
thought this was a
one
new
so.
spot. They finally got.
Yeah, this is a new one, right? And so now it's falling through. So
Wow.
now they're looking for even something else, I guess. But
there's this guy up
we
in New
talked
York.
about that a lot last year.
There's this guy called Max Yazgar. He's got a farm in New York. Go talk to him.
Yeah.
Oh man.
We talked about a lot last year. All these fests folding up. And some of them at the last minute. Almost seemingly. But,
And and the logistics are going to start costing even more because I just I've been paying attention. The price of fuel's going up. OPEC's cut their output, so the price of fuel is going to be going up on all these tours and stuff, and it's just making it harder and harder and harder.
Yeah, as we learned last year. Yeah, it was an issue last year. So
yeah. Oh, here we go. We'll be seeing these cats this year. Candlebox. Yeah. We'll be seeing them this year at our summer concert series, and this is going to be their long goodbye tour. They're going to call it quits after this, and their tour going through June 10th through September 23rd. Like I said, they'll be making a stop at Tinley Park. So
but they have simultaneous tours going on. They're opening up for Three Doors Down, and that's when we'll be seeing them. But then they'll also be having this farewell tour running concurrently with both of them. I thought that was interesting. So
I'll be darned. I did not know that, Doc. How about that?
So
they
have the long goodbye tour standing on their own, and then they're doing the opening thing with Three Doors Down. So
that'd be cool.
That's kind of odd, yeah.
Wow, yeah.
Imagine the logistics of that, just trying to schedule where you're not too far away from making either gig. The next one, that's gotta be a nightmare.
Wow, yeah, logistical nightmare.
Yeah, they're doing their farewell thing, which quite honestly, it could have been 20 years ago, and I wouldn't have known.
Quite honestly, yeah. But it'll be a fun show, I'm sure. So
I just thought that was interesting how they're doing that with two concurrent tours. That just seemed very odd. But hey, more power to him. Hope it works out, man.
Yeah, moving on. Tom Morello's been in there. He is. There's Tom right there. I love that hat. I don't think that's his real hat, but it could be. Quite honestly, that may actually be the real hat he's wearing.
Probably is. I don't doubt
hat.
it.
Yeah. He's sort of a well-known communist or commie or whatever you want to call him. But hey, he admits it. He don't care. But he's been in the news a lot lately, man. He's talking about how his son is so much better than him now that he's been relegated to just playing rhythm guitar at home because his son blows him away. And then he's talking about the Rage Against the Machine. They haven't made any plans to reschedule any canceled shows in North America or stuff. So what the hell? I think didn't they basically cancel their whole damn show? I thought.
Yeah, we talked about last year where singer Zach Della Rocha had torn Achilles. Well, no, I think that was the initial report. I think it was ACL was what it was. I can't keep track. I think
it says here it was his Achilles tendon last year. Yeah.
Excuse me. So he toured. It was like the second show of the tour here in Chicago. And so they tried to keep trudging along with him, and he was just kind of sitting in the throne kind of thing and continued doing the shows. And they did, I don't know, half a dozen shows, maybe something like that. And that just wasn't working out. So they canceled everything. You know, and it's been a long time waiting for them to come out. The fans have been waiting a while. And now the further disappointment that got. But now Tom Morello's made the comment.
Oh, here we go.
That Zach Della Rocha, even sitting in the chair, is a better frontman than 99% of the frontmen out there.
See, that's where he totally loses credibility.
Yeah.
He loses credibility.
More compelling frontman.
He's not a singer. Well, he's not a singer.
In the history of music, he says. In the history of music.
Yeah. No, he's just a guy that hollers at the people in the audience. Hollers at, I hate you. You know, really. And Morello, good. I'm glad he's made a ton of money. I'm glad he's a communist who's made a ton of money, you know.
He's a local guy too. He's from
the machine he rages. The machine he rages against is the machine that made him a millionaire, mega millionaire. So I really get tired of being lectured by millionaires, you know, especially commies. Jeez, lecture me, man. You know, I'm sorry I didn't make it big, but I worked hard my whole life and kept the economy going. So, Tom Morello. Yeah, he made some really odd statements. I tell you that one takes
I get it. That's he's supporting his guy,
but 99%. Come on, at least be honest, because really he's not even a singer. Yeah. He's not even a singer, and as a front man, jeez, whatever. Really, he probably trances back and forth and hollers at the audience, because that's basically what I see Rage Against the Machine's music as. And he said. But although he did come out against the dynamic ticket pricing, he said it was an awful idea. So at least he's got that. He said the band, the Rage Against the Machine, they employed a quote Robin Hood tactic on their recent reunion tour, giving away extra penny from dynamic price tickets to charity. These bands, they got to step up. So it's Tom, it's Rage, and it's Smith, Robert Smith. They're the only two guys who are even talking about this. Where are the mega millionaires? Where are the billionaires musicians saying, Ticketmaster, you got to change your ways.
They're fat and happy, Murph. That's where they're at. They're sitting fat and happy, man. And,
Yep.
That's poor people's problems, man.
And Morella is too, and he's I just hate guys who preach to me. They're mega millionaires and they're preaching to me how we're so bad.
From their ivory tower.
Tower. We're so bad. We need to do don't. Okay. Oh,
let's not get political, Murph.
Yeah. Okay. We're moving on, my man. We saw Sammy last year, and he did a few. He did a few Van Halen songs.
More than a few.
Well, the newer ones. I mean, he did some of them, but. Apparently, Sammy and the Circle, they're going to be touring, and they're going to be playing a lot more Van Halen songs, probably a lot more early ones. I imagine.
Well, you remember they had the part in the show where Michael Anthony did a couple of the early. He did "Ain't Talking About Love" and crap. He did one other one. You remember what it was? I can't recall off the top of my head. But yeah, there was part of the show where Michael Anthony did some of the from the David Lee Roth era. So possibly that's what they're going to do more of. I think.
Well, it says
they're the only ones out there doing those songs now.
Yeah,
so.
right. It says regarding what fans can expect from the upcoming concerts. Hager told blah blah Las Vegas Review, Michael and I will feature what we call the other half, with a lot more Van Halen, even a few early songs. We debuted this band in Cabo at my birthday bash years ago, and it made all the sense in the world that there is no one out there supporting the Van Halen catalog, which has some of the greatest rock songs ever written. You're right, man. Yeah, nobody's playing them out there, so why not? Jeez, good. Yeah, geez.
Yeah, well, Sammy's got, he's got his legacy cemented.
And he's got a catalog, standalone catalog on his own. Actually, he could pretty much
give the folks what they want, man. Just
yeah. So, well, good. He might as well. Yeah, he's got nothing to lose. Jeez. So,
I mean, you got Wolfgang out there, but he's not going to do those songs. He's got his own thing going on. He's not,
Wolfgang, yeah, and good for him. He's not riding his father's coattails. I don't know if a lot of people may not know this. Where is Wolfie? There's Wolfie right there. That when Wolf pulls out, he's putting out an album, and he does everything. He does all the everything on the album, all the instruments.
He's got his own thing going on. He doesn't need that.
And it takes a pretty special kind of musician who can produce his own stuff, everything. Sure, like guys can play guitar, guys can play keys, drummers can drum, but to get musicians that can put out their own music and play everything themselves is pretty damn cool, man.
And sing.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Everything.
Yeah.
The whole album, boom, everything's done by them, and boy, I know, I know how that is.
Self-sufficient.
Well, yeah. I do that. I'm obviously not at any caliber whatsoever, but I still do. I put all my own music together, and it's so great. You don't have to argue with anybody about what you want, because you know what you want and you're able to lay it down yourself. It's a really cool feeling. And there's a whole bunch of real big stars out there that basically do the same thing. So why don't we dig into them a little bit here? Let me see. I knew this right. The first one right out of the gate, I knew this. Trent Reznor with 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah, he is 9 Inch Nails. I mean, that's
yeah, exactly.
Obviously, he's got a touring band when they hit the road, but yeah, anything in the studio, it's all Trent, man.
They're playing his stuff. Yeah. A lot of electronica, a lot of electronic stuff in his music. Pretty much all of it. Guitars here and there, but real heavy on the electronic stuff, and he does some pretty cool things in the studio, I must say. But like you say, when he's touring, he grabs some guys and we're 9 Inch Nails guys. Let's go out and boom. And then when the tour's done, see you later. I'm going to go back to the studio and write my own music again. Yeah. And again,
he's the first guy that brought industrial to the mainstream. Industrial just by nature was anti-mainstream, and they weren't supposed to come together, but Trent Reznor made it happen, man.
Yeah.
And I saw them once. It was a pretty decent show. Pretty much what you'd expect.
Absolutely. Next up, of course, is Prince. Oh, man. Oh, boy.
He's perhaps the most self-sufficient artist that ever lived, probably.
Unbelievable,
quite
man.
Honestly.
Unbelievable. Jeez. He'd be, I've read accounts of his working in, Paisley Park. Was that his studio? Or
Yeah.
And, days and days and just a perfectionist by all means. You listen to everything he does and you can tell, man, the guy's a perfectionist. It's just some of the music you hear and just to realize that, man, this guy put all this together. It's just amazing. But at the same time, I'm not surprised. The first time I saw him, I thought it was schlock. It was one of those late night Saturday music shows back in the 70s, I think.
Okay.
And he was lip syncing, I'm pretty sure, but I thought it was all fake. I thought he's doing the leads and it's like being a guitarist, it's like, nah, that doesn't look right. He just lip sync and everything. So I thought it was a flash in the pan, and boy, was I wrong. Man, oh man. Saw Jimi Hendrix on that Tonight Show too. Yeah, I told you about that previous, but yeah. So yeah,
Yeah, everything. He came out of the gate with that first album. He played 27 different instruments on that album. Sang, obviously wrote everything and produced. On his very first album was what did he sign with Warner Brothers, right? Yeah, he was with Warner Brothers, and Maurice White from Earth, Wind and Fire. He was slated to produce that album for Prince, his debut album.
Okay.
And Prince was no, nobody's producing my album but me, man. And I mean, this is a kid right out of the gate, man. His first album, man. Like that, and
laying down the law.
He had the chops, man.
Well, when you got a vision like he had, man, you got to follow it. And boy, Prince Rogers Nelson. Prince Rogers Nelson. That's right. Yes. Yeah, good for him, man. That was he put out some killers. I've only got the CD Purple Rain, but yeah, you heard all the other songs. Little Red Corvette, Party Like It's 1999, all that stuff.
And even the newer, everybody remembers Purple Rain in 1999 and all that stuff. And I got one of his CDs, the Gold Experience. Pretty freaking cool CD, dude. Pretty cool, man. I've got
Pluto TV on my TV, my smart TV, and they've got a music channel, and there was an early Prince concert on there, or not early, it was probably after Purple Rain. He didn't play any Purple Rain, but it was a stunning, just mind-blowing how good this guy was, the production.
Sure would have liked to have seen him.
Jeez. Okay, next up, Dave Grohl. Everybody knows Dave Grohl. Golly, good old Dave Grohl, the Foo Fighters. I did not know I know now, but I didn't realize right out of the gate that he did everything himself. That's very cool.
That first album was all him.
But at the same time, we know he could drum. Obviously, now he can play guitar. So it's sort of it makes sense. He can do everything himself. So boy, he sure did turn that into a moneymaker. And then of course,
I'm sure the whole time with Nirvana, and I've seen him in interviews, and he always said the famous last words for a drummer is, "Hey guys, I got a song." It's like, they don't want to hear that from a drummer. So he must have had this stuff brewing, that whole time. And once, Cobain did what he did, and, he had to find another outlet, and he had a vision, and boy, look at him now, man.
Wow. Yeah. Bigger than anybody ever would have thought, when he was just a drummer of Nirvana. That's crazy cool. And of course, Wolfgang Van Halen does all his stuff. So that's very cool. Eddie Vedder, I'm surprised about that. Yeah, but his solo albums, he's doing everything on his own too. Eddie Vedder, of course, a lead singer of Pearl Jam.
Yeah, he's had 2 solo albums. This most recent one, there's tons of people on it. It's not that one, but his first solo album. We actually had 3. It had one where it's like ukulele stuff or something, or ukulele, as they say.
Ukulele.
But his very first, solid solo album is all him. Yeah, it's all him. So I was surprised by it too.
Okay, we're gonna speed things up here because we're running up against the clock. Let me see here. John Frusciante of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. He does all his own work. Good for him. Lenny Kravitz. I'm not a little surprised, but he's got some great songs out there. He's got quite he's a royalty. His parents were, his mom was an actor, I believe, Roxy Roker, right? Roxy Roker,
on the Jeffersons,
Sure enough, Cool Beans, Lenny Kravitz, Pete Townsend from The Who. I'm not surprised about that at all.
Yeah, his first solo album, Who's First, was all him. He's done other solo albums that of other people, but that album is all him.
Or Who Came First? I got that one. Who
Came First? Yeah.
Robert John Fogerty, Clearwater.
That surprises me. I mean, to some extent. I mean, I don't see him really drumming, but
I'll be darned. Well, but at the same time, though, it wouldn't be too hard. Most of the songs are basic beats.
Well, Springsteen's done this a couple times where he's done everything except the drumming. He's had to bring in a drummer. So,
Paul McCartney. How about that, Paul McCartney?
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. Yeah.
Well,
It's
actually,
first
yeah,
solo.
yeah. There you go. So, that's cool. And like I say, it's so cool when you can do everything yourself and you can do it on your own timeline. And I'll be getting back into that this summer, finishing off. I've got a bunch of songs I need to finish off with vocals mainly because I'm very self confident, self conscious of my vocals. So we'll get them all together. But that's a very cool thing to be able to do, and not enough people can do it. So far out, man. Oh boy, spring is here, Doc. We had that big storm come through that tragically took a life up in Belvidere, and it looks like we have another one coming through tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, man, we're gonna have to batten down the hatches again, man, and hold our folks close and take care of our tents and whatnot. So, that's what's going on there. But
Yeah,
once
it's
again,
April.
man,
April showers bring May flowers. As they
yeah,
say.
baby. So,
And what do May flowers bring?
uh, pilgrims.
Pilgrims. Yeah.
Oh, right off the top of my head, man, I thought of that one. That's very cool. So thanks a lot, Doc, man. There's more cool stuff going on in the rock world, and it's always growing, always changing. So we're bringing you some more good stuff next week, as always, and keep on top of things. If you can, of course, please subscribe. It's really getting to be fun, and we want you to join us on the lawn this summer. So if you can do that, and as always, Doc, if you can, man, why don't you take this baby home, eh?
Starting off our second year, man. Like I said, we both just feel like we're just getting started. So I want to thank everybody that's joined us so far, everybody that's joined us to come and take this ride with us, man. Enjoy bringing you the news every week. You kind of see what the episode's about and give you our little point of views along the way. And it's having a good time. So we'll do it again next week, folks. Until then, have a great rock and roll filled week, and we will see you then.